So
And
yeah,
we're
thank you,
live.
thank you
Welcome,
very much.
welcome.
Yeah,
Welcome to day two of Decentraland Art Week 2024. We are live streaming across the metaverse and also on Twitter, YouTube, and LinkedIn. So it's an absolute pleasure to have with us one of our key architects of the Decentraland Art Week builds this year, Ami Archimicia. Archimicia, do you prefer to be called Archimicia or Amanda? Which would you prefer to use?
that could be Archimicia. I think
Archimicia. So we
yeah.
It's absolute pleasure to have you with us on this live stream.
Thank
We've
you.
got people joining us mainly on Twitter. So if you are on Twitter and want to comment, just put your questions in the comments and I will feed them to our guide here, Archimicia. If you'd like to join us in World, we're in Decentraland right now. You don't need a headset, anything VR to jump in with us. Just go to decentraland.org, jump in, and we're at the coordinates 57, 53 this morning. So 56, let me get this right.
Mm.
67:53 this morning at the build by Archimicia. So Archimicia, you're in world with us right now. I'm going to turn my avatar around and start looking this incredible build that you've created for
Mhm.
Decentraland Art Week this time. Can you tell me a little bit more about your background? How did you start creating in Decentraland?
Oh, sure. First, thank you for everything and for organize all this incredible event. And it's very I'm feeling honor, of course, to be here and to be able to have built this gallery. So my background is in architecture, but I started to play around Metaverse in 2021, and I started to study environment art for games and game techniques because I felt in love with this field, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to go towards this um, this field and keep improving my skills and try and make a metaverse even better with learning more skills about a game and this kind of stuff. So in 2021, I built my first metaverse space, and it was geometric dream shapes. That it is exactly the one that it is showcased in this first floor in the aquarelle gallery. And just to introduce the aquarelle gallery, this gallery is about my journey inside the metaverse, and we have three levels in this gallery that each one is showcasing three of my most important designs and artwork inside the Web3 and the metaverse. So it is very really important to me because it's a gallery that I built by myself, showcasing also my own design. So it's kind of, oh my gosh. I think the most crazy thing in building this gallery for Decentraland was like try make a bridge between the gallery itself, being an artist itself, showcasing my own piece. So it's like very abstracted, but um, yeah. So
So tell me a little bit about what we're seeing here live in Decentraland. If you are listening in via Twitter and you can join us, jump in now at decentraland.org at coordinates 6753. We're in this build for Decentraland Art Week by the architect Archimicia. Archimicia, what are we looking at right now?
so here in this first floor, I tried build like some abstracted elements, also with some minimalistic touch. And we can see that some details they are also making reference to the artwork that I'm showcasing, that is geometric
Mhm.
in shapes. So like this triangles, they do reference to my first metaverse space. That was the ones that is in the frames. So it's like it's how can I say that? I was trying make I lost the word. How can I say that? Like a mixture.
Mm-hmm.
with all my designs. So this is a color gallery. Try and show people what my designs are about. That is very abstracted, but also I always try connect the elements here. And I think the most important too is like try bring to this gallery some pastel colors to make references to watercolor, because when I was younger I was used to paint a lot watercolors, so it's very, I really love that. So it is always in my designs. I try put this, do this play with the colors and some gradients, and also put my architecture um, knowledge in this design. So here right now we are in the little lounge that I
Mm-hmm.
also designed this furniture is. And when we walk a little bit more, we have this little room here that we have the geometric dream shapes explanation and some photages of that space I did as artwork. Also, like I like to do some emphasis that like at some time that I'm trying design spaces, I'm not just trying create a 3D space or an architecture. I also try make it like an artwork piece, like something that you look
Mm-hmm.
at and you feel like, oh, that's like not just a space. This is um like an artwork. You can try think about things that I was trying, but there. Um, and yeah, I really like to make this looks like a painting at some time, and not only architecture. And this is how I try to build the acrylic gallery. A little bit
I
nervous.
think I think you've really been successful in that in this building here. If you are listening to us on Twitter, I think we've got about 400 people right now
Oh,
viewing
sheesh.
on Twitter. Hi
Thank you.
everyone that's
Welcome.
joining us across the networks. If you can, if you're not at work and you can jump into Decentraland, we're at Archimicia's new special build for Decentraland Art Week. It's a journey through her experience and process as an architect moving into the metaverse. And we're looking at this first floor gallery, looking at exploring this sense of bringing watercolor painting into Decentraland through these incredible textures. Archimisia, I'm standing on a floor right now of kind of almost, it looks like it's moving, these beautiful layered grasses. Can you tell me a little bit about your process behind here? How did you get these such light textures to Decentraland within your polygon counts?
Of course. That was really challenge, but I love challenge. So yeah. Um, I think like because I try work using a minimalistic approach, I think it gets a little bit easier when you talk about triangles. But um, I also, as I am like studying game techniques, I was um, applying this studies and like um, in the rug that we have, that this fluffy grass that we have in the little lounge,
Mm-hmm.
some techniques that I studied before and I applied that. Also, always worried about triangles too, because as I said, I'm studying this. I'm not just on background in architecture. I'm diving into game techniques, because I also just on detail. I am like I really want to do a master degree in game developer, because I felt in love with that. So I want to make a mixture with my background in architecture and game
Mm-hmm.
development approach, and I'm trying build it the last year and the next years too, to make a metaverse more like, also use my aesthetic knowledge, because I had this background in architecture, but also build on technical knowledge and make things ever more, you know, bigger and for the Web3 and metaverse. Um,
Absolutely. I just want to sort of dive into this a little bit more for everyone that's listening, because I believe that these builds originally started and were conceived in Monaverse, and then you've translated a lot of those ideas into Decentraland. Can you talk
yeah.
about a little bit about the difference between the two environments for you?
Oh, that's a good question. I think like in the workflow process, they're not like very different because first I gather some mood boards, some palettes of colors that I want to use, and I draw. I'm very handy in these first moments of the work, and I draw some ideas. I try build really simple concepts, and then from that I start to do some blockouts and some modelings using Blender, and then after that I start to really put more informations like the textures, the vegetations, and the techniques, etc. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think it's like for this the first steps of building this is very the same, but for the indie ones, like in Monoverse, we will use another approach that is like Unity, but
Mm.
it's very similar the first, and I think the first steps are the most important because is there that the concept and the essence of the project exists, so it's more stronger there. So yeah, which
That's
more?
really interesting. So for you, whatever your environments, your process starts in the same way. You put these
Yeah.
mood boards together, you think about how what you want from the essence of the build, and then what's the next step? What comes next after a mood board?
After the mood board, I started to do some sketches, some ideas, understand what I like the most of the mood board that I choose, and try make a soup with that, and create a concept from the mood board. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but like it's very organic because I like to build the mood board, the references, choose the colors, the major colors, try and find the whys. Not sure I can say this word, but my English is why because I'm building this, why I have to
Mm-hmm.
choose triangles, why I have to choose organic shapes at some time. I try explain for myself why I'm choosing this, and like and after that I start to do the modelings itself and polish and maybe back to this the concept and to do again. And for back to the acrylic gallery concept, um it's like here I was trying just make this primitive shapes that you can see, the triangles and
Mm-hmm.
all the shapes, but at sometimes I like it to think how we can connect all of these. I did a path, organic path that connect the first floor and the third floor, and it is very organic. So it's like me trying make it a conversation between my primitive shapes and my organic shapes because I like to think like everything is connected and we have a start point and we can back. So if you we can use the elevator be easier
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah. So tell me where we should go next. How should we explore this build? So we're walking
um
towards.
we can go to the second floor maybe.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to follow you, Archimicia.
Yeah, let's go.
So we have some text here with "Wait for the elevator," which I love. I love how you've signposted these things. So I'm
Thank
going to wait until
you.
the elevator comes down. Here we are, and I'm going to hopefully jump onto this elevator. Wait, I
Oh,
missed it.
oh,
Oh
oh,
no.
sorry about that.
That's okay. So should I jump from the top here, or how should I get on the elevator when it comes
In
down
the
for you?
top, I think it'll be easier in this platform by your side.
Mm-hmm. So let me
Yeah.
see. So I'm going to go on to this bit,
In the another one, it'll be easier.
the higher one. Yeah,
Yes,
let me go.
yes. Also, I think it's important to remember that this is my. I think this is my. my first, not first, but my proper build inside the Decentraland. Yeah, my first.
Your first big.
Um, yes. So it's everything so new to me. That's amazing.
So I'm going to wait here until the elevator comes down,
Okay,
and then we're going to
I'm
jump onto it and ride up into the next floor of your gallery. There we go.
very good. In the second floor, I left video screen of the Kailestia that it is the my metaverse design that I'm showcasing there.
I think there we are. So I'm now in this beautiful upper space within Archimicia's gallery. If you're listening into us right now in Decentraland, you can join us at 6753 to be part of this interactive tour as part of Decentraland Art Week 2024. So you can see here now I'm in this beautiful upper floor of the special gallery built for Decentraland Art Week. And Archimicia, can you talk us through what we're seeing here in the build?
So in the second floor, I left some rooms to showcase the Kailestia. And I also left some little details like the waterfall test strings. And here you can see better um, the organic path connector that I left, and also these little triangles doing this sparkling effect. And try because the point, I think the biggest point is me, it feels more like a little dreamy and also a little ethereal energy, ethereal vibes, because Kalesia is about this, is about dreamy touch, ethereal touch. So I try to bring it to the color gallery too, and make it talk with each other, if that makes sense. And also
Mm-hmm.
try and use like this circular floors, and all the corners of the shapes is are rounded, because it also makes references to this my designs in general. I really like to make it like feel like playful. And I remember we were talking with Matt, the another artist, and he told me something that I didn't think, but that's true. Like it's it looks like a playground for children, because it's very like you, if you fell here, you'll not hurt yourself, because it's all safe.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
That's
And
absolutely, it all feels soft and tactile. You
yes,
feel like you could reach out and
exactly,
touch some of these textures.
exactly. So yeah, I think that's the most important point about this.
And what are we seeing on the screens here on this floor? I can see a projection here of another space. I can see some images here from another build.
Hmm.
Which build are we looking at right now?
So all these footages, the snapshots, and also the video, they are from the same metaverse space. It was my third metaverse space built. It was in 2022, I think, and I think it was one of my biggest um, artwork inside the Web3s, because it's a really huge space, and it has four gardens, big gardens with different colors each, and they have this a path that is translucent, and you can
Mm-hmm.
also see the whole space inside the path, but also it connects everything inside the space. So it's like it's a very dreamy and ethereal touch, and that's it that I'm showcasing this in this all this video and these footages in this floor. They are from the same artwork. And
What was your favorite element of this build to create? If you're joining us now on Twitter and LinkedIn Live, on YouTube, we're talking to the incredible architect Archimicia, who's created this immersive virtual space for Decentraland Art Week 2024. So we are live right now in Decentraland as well as across the social media networks, and we're kind of diving into Archimicia's process as an architect. So in creating this build, what was the most favorite, the most exciting piece for you?
I think was like I try build this organic and translucent um, path that you have, it, and the sparkling. So and these two pieces, they are very like um, there is organic, and it's connected. The three floors, and it was like, I think it was the cherry on top, because if I have all the separated floors without anything connecting, then I was like, it's missing something, and then it connected, and yeah, it was the most exciting thing to build. Um, yeah.
And where next? Where next should we go in this tour of these incredible interactive spaces?
We can go to the third and last floor. Just take the lift again.
I'm
Just
going
wait
to
a
find it.
second.
This is when my sense of direction in the metaverse is brought into question.
No worries.
So let me go around this corner and then we'll go through. So here is the lift, and I guess I'm going to jump down onto these areas to go towards. I'm going to come behind you, Archimicia.
Yeah, just wait. Yeah. Oops, I felt like I think this is a important thing to say too. In this building, it's not like everything is not like very clear what's going on. It's not like a normal
Mm-hmm.
architecture that you know where are you going, where you have to. At some time it make you feel like a little bit lost. But this is the idea. I like to make people like, oh, what is going on here? Um, let's try figure out how things work. So maybe make people try, not very clear about
Mm-hmm.
where to go, but that sometimes if you see again, you see that they make sense. Because I have the path that connects, I have the lifts that connect all the floors, and we have a hidden um, path there. This last floor, um, like you can see that the sparkling end in the third floor. So it's where we can see this little secret that I left there. That is a yeah, it's where you can see the whole building from a different angle, and you also can see Blue Drop. That was one of my important artwork in the metaverse too. That is about how the blue color can inspire us to different kind of feelings. So was a really immersive uh, artwork to do this. So
And
I
how
think
would I? So how am I going to navigate out of this secret room that I found myself in? Like,
so.
can I?
Like here, if you go the sphere and the center, I think you felt.
I've fallen down, of course.
No worries, no worries.
I'll make I'll make my way back again. So it's looking absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to come back
Oh,
up
thank
again. I'm
you.
going to ride the lift to the third floor. And I guess while I'm navigating the space, what would be your advice to someone listening to us right now, either on Twitter or LinkedIn or on YouTube, who's thinking this is something that they would want to get started in as well, who's thinking that perhaps they come from an architecture background, perhaps they come from a design background, and are looking at this space and thinking, wow, this is something that I would want to build. How would you
Mm.
advise for someone to get started?
Well, I think it's complicated to give advices because I think like even with my background in architecture, I also like to think, oh my gosh, I want to build a really different thing. I want that things there could be like very out of the no out of the curve. Not sure if I can use it,
Hmm.
but I really like to put my creative side in a really freedom way without um, put limits there. And that because like I think the most thing that makes me get a little bit frustrated in architecture field was because I have a lot of things that I cannot do. My creative freedom is very inside the box because we have
Hmm.
laws, we have a lot of things that we have to follow. But in the metaverse, building inside the metaverse is like I can make all my dreams, my crazy dreams, at live and without any kind of that. So I think it's like I think it's complicated to give advice. I think everyone has their own way to do their own way, their own workflow. Like I could say, oh, it's better like we if we start to do some sketches and some boards, but some people just prefer to go straightly to the point and play with 3D and before do some sketches. And I think it's very personal this way.
Hmm.
Also, building the center was like, oh my god, it's so challenging, but I got this. And yeah, see my building here at live is like, I did it. Oh shit. And yes, if anyone wants to build, so yeah, you can do it because yeah, that's it. Just do, and yeah.
So, for anyone joining us, we should explain we're talking to Archimicia in world right now and also across the Decentraland social networks about her build for Decentraland Art Week 2024, which explores her process as an architect across different metaverses, from builds in Monaverse all the way into this immersive installation that Archimicia has created for Decentraland Art Week 2024. Um, Archimicia, I wanted to ask you a little bit about how you got involved with Art Week because I know that a lot of people listening will be interested in your journey as an artist and also
hmm
this open call model that Decentraland has recently brought in for events. Would you like to tell us a little bit about how that happened for you? How is it that your build is now in Decentraland Art Week 2024?
Oh my gosh, I have no words to describe that because like um I think it's very exciting to be in our art week event by Decentraland. Also, it's the first I think it's the first art event that I have been. So I I just so happy for this and thank you for the opportunity and this means a lot for me.
Oh no, you
And
it's
yeah,
brilliant to have this build as part of the fair this week and also for the wider Decentraland Art Week going forward. I think the builds are going to be in place for at least the next 3 months. So anyone listening that wants to dive in during Art Week, obviously there are lots of emotes and wearables to claim around Decentraland Art Week Plaza. There's a daily challenge, a daily quest, and you can dive in and start to collect these daily wearables and emotes that are only released during these 3 days. So if you can jump in and see Archimicia's build during that time, I would really, really recommend that you do jump into Decentraland. I think we're coming up on our 30 minutes, Archimisia, for this really interactive tour, exploring these 3 levels of your build for Art Week. What's been the most surprising thing about this process for you for Art Week this year?
I think as in my case was like I'm building an art gallery, and this art gallery it has to be an art itself and showcase an art, my designs and my art. So it was like, what's happening here? So I think I lost myself when I was building this because it was about to be supposed to be a piece of art itself, showcasing my art too. So it has to be. It was challenging because I needed to bring my art touch to the gallery, and that's it. But I think it was okay. I think I did it. Hopefully, hope people enjoy too.
I think it looks magnificent. I think a lot of people have been enjoying this build just in terms of its difference and this different approach to texture and light and the transparencies that you've really brought into this build. It's a lovely one to explore, and I would recommend
Yeah,
anyone who is in Decentraland right now and wants to join us. We're at 67:53. I think
yeah.
we're just coming up on time. So is there anything that you think that you're going to be building out of this experience? What's next for you in terms of building virtual environments?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a really good question. So, um, I like to keep going and try and push limits, and also, work with these translucent textures inside the center and all these techniques that I have been doing for this gallery was everything. It was very first time building it here, so was a really really new experience for me, and I really want to keep pushing boundaries and keep doing more, even more um, intriguing buildings. And yeah, I'm excited and I can't wait for the next one.
It's been an absolute pleasure to talk with you about your process and
Thank
this
you.
immersive build in Decentraland Art Week Plaza. Um, if anyone's interested, we are now showing some works, is that right, on the video screens about the process behind that build?
Oh, sure. So could I just leave the share screen here now? What to?
I'm not sure. Did you say that you have some videos planned to go on the screens to show us?
Yes, it will be in the last. Not sorry, in the last, but in the first floor.
So if we jump down there now,
Uh,
me, I'm going to jump. There we go.
I remember to put the stream yard
Mhm.
link to this screen.
And that's absolutely fine. I think there's some issues with the Streamlabs link right now. I don't think it's showing across the Decentraland Plaza screens. What I can see downstairs right now is the holding screen for Art Week Plaza. So
Yeah.
it should be streaming this if it was live. So we'll have to work without that right now. But if anyone's interested to see more about the process behind these builds, will you be streaming the videos that you've created in this build during Art Week at any specific time? So I think you plan to screen some films on this video screen. Is that right?
Yes, but I think you need some minutes to live stream this.
That's okay. So, what I suggest then is if anyone's interested in the process behind these builds and wants to dive in deeper, Archimicia has made some films around the process that she's going to be streaming on these gallery screens in the build at Decentraland 6753. And so I would really encourage you to come back, take a look at the films, chill in this really relaxing, immersive virtual space that Archimicia has
Yeah.
built
It will
for
be it will be
Decentraland Art Week.
around 10 minutes, just to to give some
Wonderful.
feedback.
Well,
And
thank
yeah,
you so much for
thank
joining
you.
me on this personal tour for everyone joining us across the
Yeah.
socials in Decentraland. We are continuing with Decentraland Art Week today. We're on day 2 of Decentraland Art Week. We have 2 more live tours today. We have one at 5 p.m. UTC with some amazing
Mm.
artists and creators, including Anne Schwantz, who is the co-founder of Office and Park Gallery in Berlin. And then at 10 p.m. UTC, we have another live tour with some amazing creators and artists, including Carla Knopp, who is one of the builders of the Decentraland Meshware cubes of this year. So I really look forward to joining everyone that can make it on the 2 live tours later today. And again, a massive thank you to Archimicia for joining me this
My
morning, this
pleasure.
evening, wherever you are. It's been a real pleasure to explore your build with you.
Same, same. Thank you very much, babe. Thank you, everyone. And
Thank
yeah,
you to
let's
everyone
go.
and enjoy the rest of Decentraland Art Week Day 2.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.